Strange traditions of Holy Week. This list shows a series of curious and strange customs and traditions that are celebrated around the world during Holy Week. Rabbit hunting, New Zealand. During Holy Week, in some parts of the country, they celebrate a rabbit hunt called the Great Easter Bunny Hunt. Last year, in the Otago region, they killed some 14,799. I understand that rabbits do not believe in Holy Week ceremonies. Whips with Pomlázka, Czech Republic. On Easter Day, the boys take to the streets with a twisted whip of willow twigs called Pomlázka. As they sing religious songs, they lash the girls in the legs, supposedly for good luck and happiness. Surely girls should not be very fanatical about this tradition. The custom of baking, Poland. 1 week before Palm Sunday, the housewives have to stop baking bread. On Good Friday they must continue to bake it. If one of them breaks this tradition, the village will be doomed to a long drought that can only be avoided if the culprit is thrown into a lake. The Twigs, El Salvador. In the town of Texas, on Holy Monday they celebrate a ritual in which 14 boys disguise themselves as devils whom they call the Twigs, who, at the touch of the church bells, take to the streets. Each one carries a whip that he uses to simulate attacks on the spectators as a warning that they always have to be alert against evil. Suddenly, another boy appears wearing Jesus Christ ringing a bell and goes overcoming each of the Twigs, who end up all on the floor, and Jesus walks over them as a sign of the triumph of good over evil. Halloween-style celebration, Sweden. The Swedes seem to have Easter confused with Halloween, because on that Sunday they go out in the street dressed as a witch and go around the houses asking for sweets as if it were a trick or treat. Real crucifixion, Philippines. This is a country where more than 90% of the population is Christian and apparently, blood fanatics. They celebrate Holy Week with lashes and a real crucifixion. His health department tried to stop the practice and only managed to establish the requirement that the nails have to be sterilized. The Ball of Luck, Spain. In Asturias, coinciding with Palm Sunday, the godchildren bring their sponsors bouquets or palms to wish them good luck. And a week later, on Easter Sunday, the sponsors return the compliment to their godchildren with a very curious gift, the balu, a puff pastry stuffed with almonds and garnished with egg yolk and lots of details of colors. The Scoppio del Carro, Florence, Italy. On Easter Sunday they celebrate what is called the Scoppio of the Car. It is a procession in which they use a cart, pulled by oxen, which has mounted a box about 30 feet, 10 meters, high full of fireworks. They stop in front of the cathedral and connect a wick that reaches the high altar. A designated person, using fragments of stones from the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem, lights a small torch that is carried inside the church and given to the cardinal, who sticks it to the wick and the fire moves to the cart, activating the fire's artificial shock of Easter eggs, Bulgaria. You play egg crash to see who has chosen the most resistant egg and will enjoy a healthy iron and good fortune throughout the year. Fiesta tribute to Generin, Spain. Perhaps the most unusual tradition related to Holy Week is the burial of Generin, a pagan counterpoint to the official processions of Leon. It consists of a funeral procession that, on the night of Holy Thursday, travels through the old part of the city in homage to Gennaro Blanco, Generin, a furrier fond of mark and brothels, well known in the bohemian atmosphere of his time, that on that night of 1929 he was killed by a garbage truck. The silent campaigns, Belgium, France and the Netherlands. During Holy Week the bells of the churches remain silent as a sign of mourning. The tradition says that their silence is because they all flew from their belfries to Rome and that on the morning of Easter Sunday they return bringing with them painted eggs and chocolates. The prisoner pardoned by divine grace, Spain. The Brotherhood of the Seven Words and the Silence, in Logroño, has a rare privilege since 1997, to ask the government for a pardon for a prisoner in the penitentiary center of the Rioja capital. Resolve mysterious murders, Norway. They have the strange tradition of celebrating Holy Week trying to solve mysteries of fictitious murders. Everyone participates. On TV they only show Agatha Christie movies and detective programs. Newspapers and magazines publish crime stories for readers to solve, and even milk cartons publish cartoons and clues to solve murders.